towards the end of your seminars that you were giving, somebody asked you, what is a signal?
Everything.
Right. And the answer was everything. And you didn't at that time go into more detail about that, but I'm very curious about that. Because if everything is a signal, then life is just about being open to everything. Really.
And I'm sure red flags go off on a lot of people's heads because they're like,
I don't know
everything?
I don't know about red flags, maybe question marks. I don't think it's necessarily a scary or a dangerous thought. Just, well, how am I going to absorb all that information? How do I open myself to all that? Should I even open myself? Because that's a lot of stuff.
The should question. Yes, should is a 4-letter word.
Yes, it is.
S-H-U-D.
And that was a lot of questions all at once. And
yes.
I can break them down if you like.
No, that's all right. That's all right.
I think you understand where I'm going with that.
I do understand where you're coming from. We all have free will. We all have the power of choice. And there is a level of discernment that every individual cultivates for themselves, within themselves, relative to choosing what is in their highest good. Just because the delivery shows up on your doorstep doesn't mean you have to accept every delivery that shows up on your doorstep. You accept the ones that you want to accept, and you let go of the ones that you don't want to receive. The difference is looking at it as receiving versus looking at it as having. When we look at it as having or attaining a goal or the end, the culmination of, that's when we start thinking that we got to hang on to it. When we look at it as receiving is about a bigger cycle. Receiving is about a larger energy exchange. And I'm not talking about an energy exchange in the sense of transactional. We live in a real transactional society, right? I give you money, you give me X. Okay? This is more of an exchange in the sense of a rhythm. That's why I talk about it as a sense of a rhythm. Just like you would have beats in a song, right? You have your downbeats and you have, your punctuations, and you have, it's a rhythm. It's cyclical. Tide goes out, tide comes in.
Right.
Sun goes up, sun goes down. Moon comes up, moon goes down. Summer gives way to fall, gives way to winter, gives way to spring. We live our life in cycles. We just don't tend to see the way we are living our life as being in cycles.
Okay. That makes sense. That clarified that, I think.
Okay.
That makes sense.